its inaugural season in 2022, they've improved every season. After missing the MLS Cup playoffs the first season, they've taken part in 3 straight years and they finished 4th in the Eastern Conference this season. So with Charlotte FC heading into the MLS Cup playoffs, fresh off their best ever MLS regular season, we're bringing in the man at the helm of it all, head coach Dean Smith. Dean, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. How are you both?
Yeah, we're doing great here in the studio. Obviously excited to talk to you all things Charlotte FC. You guys have been on flying form and you had 9 wins this season, which tied an MLS record. What did you see in this 2025 season where you think your team improved?
I think we brought in more match winners, game changers. Last season, we became a really solid team, really organised, really fit team, but we scored a lot of goals on transition and counter-attacks. I think we had one of the best we had the best defensive record in the East, and only 1 goal, I think, behind Seattle in the West as well. So that was what we built ourselves on. This season, we've brought in Wilf, Pep Biel, and them 2 have had fantastic seasons. Idan Toklamati has took over from Patrick Agyemang, and we can do both sides of it now. We've kept as many or more clean sheets than last season, but we've got game changers who can go and win games out of nothing now.
Dean, it's been a great season for the club, but also for you personally. You signed a contract extension back in March that ties you with the club through the 2029 season. What about Major League Soccer made it easy for you to commit your future to your current team?
Yeah, I mean, I like the competitive nature of the league. A lot of the teams are similar. There's not 4 teams that kind of run away with things. You just look at the East this year. All 9 teams. There's probably only 8 or 9 points between us all, which just shows how close it is. And the place, Charlotte as a city, my family have come to really enjoy the place and enjoy the city. Really good people, really good place to play your games at the bank. And the ownership group and the people I work for are very good to work for as well.
So on the field, the team is doing the business, but off the field, you really made a mark on me, where one of the highlights of the season was you're suspended, you're in the stands, and then they catch you doing the leg pose and dance. Just doing like this with Charlotte FC owner Dave Tepper. Take us through, what was that moment like for you?
Well, do you know what? Before every game when I'm on the touchline, I always step out of the dugout to watch it. I love watching the fans do the Poznan, and I was up in the owner's suite for that game, and I just decided to grab Tommy Wilson, who's our the technical director and the owner, and we've done the Poznan, so it was one for the fans, that's for sure.
Dean, I even remember when I went to one of your games, I think it was 2 months ago, and just to see the atmosphere before the game, it was absolutely incredible. But you guys are now in the playoffs. This isn't new to you guys, but what did you learn from the experience last year in the playoffs, and you can kind of take it into this year?
I think the big thing was to get that home advantage. I mean, we had to go down to Orlando twice last year. Tough place to go, and we were 20 seconds from getting through to that next round, which would have been a home game, and we had a VAR penalty decision go against us. So we've now got to prepare to hopefully have maybe just the 1 game at home and hopefully go through, but. We know it's different. You've got to be ready for penalties as well, because we had 2 penalty shootouts last season. We've got to be ready for that, because that happens after 90 minutes in the 3-game playoff. And, we're excited for it. Being at home was really important for us, and hopefully we can go and get that win against New York on Tuesday.
Dean, we have to talk about Wilfried Zaha, because he's the most talked about player when it comes to Charlotte FC and Major League Soccer. So he's been undeniably one of the best players in the league for your club. As we say here, the numbers don't lie. But he's also been a bit of a maverick as well. He gets the red card in the season finale. So going into the playoffs, how do you cope with life without him, especially given it's a tough opponent out the gate?
Yeah, I mean, we've played games before without Wilf, and we compete well. We've got good enough players who can score goals. We've got good enough players who can defend well. He is a game changer, as we know. He was unfortunate, in my opinion, because the first yellow, which has been agreed now by PRO, that he shouldn't have received a yellow card for that. But he can't go and do what he did where he got the second yellow card, and he knows that. But he's the most fouled player in the league for a reason, and they're only the ones that have been given against him. But he becomes targeted because he's been so good for us this season. But we believe that we've got capabilities, of winning the game without him, and then we've got more chance in the away leg when he comes back.
Dean, you mentioned the home field advantage, how important that is going into these playoffs, but you're up against NYCFC. What's the key to beating them and sticking out through these 3 games?
Yeah, I mean, we've had 2 interesting games against them so far. Again, as I say, in the East, 2 evenly matched teams. We beat them 2-0 at home, and they beat us 2-0 away from home, 2 penalties. So we know how to beat them. They know how to beat us at their place, and we've got to flip that round when we go to their place. But we know our players have to have 7 or 8 out of 10. A big plus for us is we've got Harry Toffolo, who's coming back to full fitness, an attacking fullback, Premier League level. And you'll know it from your brother yourself, Matty Cash. He reminds me of a little bit of him. He's a really attacking, aggressive left back, and he adds an extra layer of quality to us by having him back in the squad.
I'm sorry, did you say Matty Cash? Last name Cash, right? Didn't you have a member of the Cash family as well? No, I love that you brought up Matty Cash, because you've signed some players that people outside of Villa Park may have forgotten. Emi Martinez, Ollie Watkins, and of course, Matty Cash. What have you made of his evolution as a footballer? Because I go back to the weekend, the pass that he made at the weekend was outstanding against Spurs.
Dean, be nice.
It was outstanding. I'm going to be nice. I first remember Cashy when he scored 2 goals against us at Villa Park in a 5-5 draw with Nottingham Forest. And, he was playing wide right at the time, and he's gone back to become a right back, and we saw the potential in him and brought him into Villa, and he's gone on and progressed his career, not just with Aston Villa, but internationally with Poland as well. And that the ball that he played on Saturday for the winning goal against Tottenham was outstanding, and he looks a really accomplished Premier League player, and I'm really pleased for him. And don't forget Ezri Konsa as well. I've signed him twice.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Finish this sentence. Charlotte wins MLS Cup if
our performances keep getting better.
There we go.
A few words. I like it. To the point.
It's as easy as that one, Dean, isn't it?
Well, I don't think there's a team going into these playoffs with as much form as us, and we sometimes don't get talked about as much because we're probably the more unfashionable team, but we've won 11 out of the last 13 games.
Dean, thank you very much for all your time. We hope you do really well in the playoffs. Good luck.